Okay.
We're about 4 miles out of Kerrville on Highway 27. It's 3130 Junction Highway.
You've got a gorgeous showroom, and it's a brand new showroom.
Yeah, absolutely. We moved here April 1st. We moved in April 1st and spent about a month and a half remodeling and building our showroom.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now we're on the outside of the showroom, and you've got a whole wall, and that's one thing I've already realized about Rick. He wants you to see the product, he wants you to feel the product, so he's got a lot of different demonstrations, a lot of different examples that you can come up, you can feel, you can touch, so you'll know what it feels like and looks like in your home. But tell me about the different examples we have here.
Kirk, as you mentioned, it's important to us that the customer knows ahead of time what they're going to get,
expect, right.
what they're paying for. They're able to come up and select from a variety of finishes and textures and, again, colors to decide what they want the exterior of their home to look like.
Right.
Even more so important, you know, this is the aesthetic
I like this.
part of it.
I think that's cool.
For them to take a look at this and say, well, this is what I want the finish to look like. That part is important to them. What's important to me is what the wall is built of,
right.
How long it's going to last.
So are you telling me that if somebody else comes up with a design, you can replicate it?
Yes, sir.
But you still use your process and keep the durability and the color.
Yes, sir.
Faster.
You know, one of the marks or things about a good plaster is his ability to match other textures.
Okay. Now, if I'm understanding this right, the color is throughout the whole process. It's not painted on like
is that right? This particular wall, we've just painted on the colors painted on these walls.
Okay.
The other side of the wall, which unfortunately we don't get to see on camera.
That's right, and that's our fault, folks. That's not our Blackburn. Our camera, there's not enough room for the cameraman and lights to go in there. So, but you have more on that side.
The whole other side is nothing but the color integral custom finishes.
Okay.
I didn't want to continue my wall down and start blocking windows. So
that's why you're able to scratch it in the colors all the way through.
Well,
on the other ones, not on
the other
these.
ones. Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay.
On this was painted, and even still, you're gonna have a hard time hurting this. It's Portland cement with elastomeric paint over top of it.
Okay.
So it's a great system. I'd like to talk a little bit about our.
You've even got some examples here of what this does. Is this one you want to start with?
Yes, sir. I'd like people to, I want people to understand what we do, what a system consists of. It's not just what the finish looks like, but all the steps underneath that will allow the finish to last. We start off with the black paper you see here in the background is creating a moisture barrier.
Okay.
Adding galvanized metal lath over top of that. We do a scratch coat, a brown coat, and this process here, which is something that I haven't met anyone else here or in this area doing it, but we add a mesh and a base coat over top of it, and this mesh practically eliminates cracking.
This mesh is for strength, right?
It's a fiberglass.
And I don't know if you've got a good shot of that or not, Roland, but the mesh are these little lines that you see, kind of like a checkerboard look, and it's kind of, I guess, a plastic or like a fishing twine.
It's actually a fiberglass.
It's a very durable and it adds strength. Now, is this hand troweled? Is this sprayed on?
All of our stucco processes are hand troweled.
Wow.
So our normal thickness is minimum of 3/4 of an inch, and we'll reach up to an inch in some cases, depending on the textures and finishes they select.
So you are into remodeling projects. You're also into new construction projects. If you just want durability, they need to call Blackburn Plastering.
Absolutely.
And what is the sample we have here?
This is a commercial process. You actually see this is actually going on. Some of the commercial buildings downtown is called EIFS. It's an exterior insulated finish system, which comprises of the EPS foam, the reinforcing mesh like we use in our Portland cement finish.
This just happens to be blue versus yellow a while ago. Okay.
The base coat here, and then a color integral finish coat. This is lightweight.
It's very lightweight.
Used for so you can create incredible designs with it. You're not limited by size or of your structure. You don't have to engineer for big, huge pieces.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also creating an insulative factor on the exterior of your home or your business.
Well, fantastic. I think that's great. So a lot of the fancy facades that you see, that you think, how'd they build that?
That's what it is,
You're actually molding that out of your stuff.
Yes, sir.
That is great. Now, I think this is a fantastic product. Now, because of this product, the way it's applied and the thickness of it, is it going to help me save on any of my energy bills?
Absolutely. For each inch of the foam that you get, you're getting an R5 value out of it.
So it's really going to cut down on my electric bills for heating and air.
That piece there is giving you an R10 on the exterior of your house. It's not insulation in the middle of the wall, it's insulation on the outside of the wall, as well as the base coat creating an air barrier, which air moving through your wall is your biggest loss of heat and cool. What this does is create an air barrier, stopping that air from traveling through, sealing up your house well as giving you a thermal value at the outside of the wall, keeping the heat out. It doesn't even let it get into the cavity.
I've got one more question, then we're going to have to take a commercial break and head off to our job sites. But my son plays basketball, plays baseball.
Just walk up.
It's going to bounce right back. It's not going to hurt anything, right?
Kick it as hard as you want and see what happens.
Fantastic.
You can drive your car through it, but you'd hurt your foot if you try to kick it.
Can we use your car instead of mine? We are going to take a fast commercial break. Once again, we're at Blackburn Plastering. What is the phone number here again?
It's 830-257-0066.
We're going to go on some job sites and see exactly how they apply this fantastic product they have here at Blackburn Plastering. We'll be right back right after this.
The Showcase.
Welcome back to the Showcase. I'm your host, Kirk Keller. Once again, my guest this morning is Blackburn Plastering, Rick Blackburn. Now, we are actually at a job site. This is not your finished product, but this is what the wall looks like right before you start.
Yeah, exactly. This is the condition we need the walls in for us to come in and start plastering.
And this is just regular sheetrock that's been mudded, I think is what it's called, to hide the screws or the nails.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we're getting ready to go in and actually watch what they're doing. We're having to wear the construction hats because there is a lot of construction going on here. So folks, if it's a little dark for you when we go in there, we're having to deal with the little lights because there's no electricity to the building yet. But kind of tell us about the process, or you want to tell us what's going on?
Let's go around the corner and watch them.
Let's go watch them do the application. Okay, once again, our Blackburn Plastering, we've made it over here, and this is where they're actually applying this. And I don't know if we get a good shot because we have very limited lighting in this construction site, guys. But look at the detail, look at this gorgeous ceiling. But tell us what they're doing right now, Rick.
Right now, Kirk, they're applying the second coat. The process is a two-coat process.
Okay.
We're actually adding the second coat, which is the finish, which starts to create the variation in tone, creates the depth and the warmth of the product.
So that's what creates the texture, or as you said, the depth.
Yes, sir.
All right. And the young man there with the sponges, is he going around smoothing it out?
He's just kind of smoothing out any rough edges to it. Product's going to feel, or this particular finish is going to feel